Hey guys, welcome to this episode of Pondering the Process, where we embark on a journey of discovery with some of the most creative minds in the community and explore the making of their latest projects. Today we're talking with Helen about her socially charged art piece titled Parasite. Stay tuned for a thought-provoking discussion. Hello, Helen.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Helen. I just wanted to say thank you for taking the time to come and talk to us about your work.
Oh, thank you too for your time.
No problem. So, you've joined us here to talk about your piece titled Parasite. It's a very thought-provoking piece. What was the inspiration behind it?
I'll start from afar. The place where I was born is not a free country. Every day the population is told what is true and what is not, what is right and necessary, and many people don't understand what is not normal. Many of my friends are in conflict with their former friends because of their different view. And seeing all this, I wanted to show what propaganda is everywhere and what it's important to ask yourself questions so as not to turn into a puppet. I wanted to say what isn't important to have your own opinion and not be afraid to express it.
Okay, like I said, it's a very thought-provoking piece. You've mentioned to us that it was based on the leucochloride parasites. So can you tell us more about why you chose to use the leucochloride parasite and how it ties into this concept?
Oh, of course I answer. Which is a parasitic form of leucochlorides. He penetrates the snail antennas and manipulates its behavior. Just a propaganda manipulates people. With these parasites in the antenna, I want to show how some government manipulates their opinion, since most often in my work I use symbolism. And this is a very main element with which I would like to push the viewer to this thought.
I see.
Propaganda is work in TV and after media.
Okay, thank you. So a bunch of things really stand out, right? Like the presence of the eyes everywhere, especially as the snail shells. You have eyes all around. You have the worded paper strips around the subject, and you have what looks like a brain in the background. Can you give us a deeper meaning to what these elements represent? Because you've given us the holistic view, so I wonder if each of these elements have their own individual deeper meaning.
The background were many old TVs with brain inside. With this element, I wanted to give reference to audience to television, which our country performs the functions of chewing and gives the listener's brain the information what the authorized need. Again, it's a reference to propaganda, what people blindly trust and stop asking questions. The paper straps say TV and propaganda. This is an easy reference for who's know Japanese.
Thank you. So,
Thank you.
does the subject in the piece represent anything to you personally?
I think woman in this art is my reflection and reflection of all people who for a long time did not want to recognize how this propaganda affects them. You can pay attention to this antenna, which also contain a parasite. I wanted to say that people who deny the impacts of propaganda on their opinion or life are actually the most susceptible to this phenomenon. But when a person admits such a phenomenon, he will have questions what he will first not understand and repel, and when ask them more and more, and finally come to his opinion, which might consist of differ from what a person will decide for himself what he believes and what he does not.
Okay, that's pretty cool. I like how you're tying everything around propaganda and people opening their eyes and being able to see what is around them as opposed to just being fed by the media, the TV, the news, all of that. I like how you just mentioned that people should be thinking for themselves. That's pretty cool.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So for the piece itself, right, it's very detailed. There's so much going on. So I was wondering if you could share with us any particular techniques or tools that you use to create it.
Well, my style is, I think, first, idea develop in my head, and second, I did sketch, and I think after a sketch, I combined colors and did more details. Yeah.
Okay. So was there any software you used and any brush technique in particular that you used to create this?
I use Procreate in iPad and standard brushes.
Okay. So for the eyes, right, they have the glossy effect. Did you use any special coloring to give them that glossy, shiny effect?
So I make a highlight on the separate layer, and when chance, it's transparency.
Okay, so looking at the work, right, you already shared with us what you were trying to portray and what you were thinking, which is propaganda, media, all eyes watching you, feeding you information, right? But what do you hope someone else who doesn't know what you are going for would notice that would make you happy?
I hope that first the viewer will pay attention to the overall picture, so incompressible and strange with many possible frightening elements, but when they read the title and peer into the details, they will understand what I was thinking about the time of creating this work.
Thank you. And how important is it for you as an artist to have a message behind your work?
Oh, it's very, very important to me. Whether it's a small message or a big topic like here, what I can talk about for a long time. At first, all my work seemed incompressible, strange, or terrifying, but I always put any meaning and a message, so what person can look at the painting and think about something that came to his mind.
I see. And have you had any feedback or reactions to this piece that surprised you?
Probably not. I expected that someone would find this work nasty, someone would be surprised by the number of details, someone will just look briefly, and someone would think just like me about the deep meaning of the picture and peer into the details to understand what I mean.
Okay, so I would be surprised if people look at this and don't try to look for a deeper meaning, because like I said, it's a lot going on. It's very thought-provoking. So I think anyone who does appreciate creativity in some form would see something deeper in this. And I'm very happy that you've shared with us what you were going for, because when I first saw the piece, right, well, after you mentioned about the leucochloride Parasite, after you told me personally that that was the reference you were going for, and I saw that with the combinations of eyes and the brain, I personally wasn't thinking about media propaganda. I was more thinking about how society is always watching, which is almost what you're saying. But you go a step further to also include propaganda. You also include information being fed in. I was looking at it more like society is always watching and determining every move. So me as a person, I would not do something that society doesn't approve of because everyone's watching. So that's what I took from it. And I'm very happy that you've told me what you were going for. And I'm also grateful to you for giving us this thought-provoking piece and allowing me to explore into my mind what it could mean.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm also very happy to tell you more about my work, about my art. I think many people don't understand first the meaning of a picture. He think is strange, like terrifying, but we know a meaning. We understand what I mean.
Yeah. So thank you.
Thank you too.
So I also wanted to ask, is there a story behind the chosen color scheme for this piece?
Oh, I often use this color scheme. I love neon, bright and cold colors, so I use them in many of my works. Initially, I was afraid of such bright colors, but when I tried it the first time, I like it. Since when the color palette of my work has been so bright, maybe it's even a reference to an exit trip.
I see. Nice. Yeah, this does look like you're on a trip. It is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like the way the colors. I like the way the colors are blended. It's pretty cool.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So, what was the most rewarding part of working on this piece?
I think probably a concept, but it wasn't difficult for me because the whole picture originally developed in my head. All what's remaining was to draft it.
Okay, so do you have any future work that looks like this? Are they all going to be focused on the topic of propaganda and media and control, or are you going to explore other things as you move forward?
So I don't often use political and media themes in my work.
I see. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you too.
So the final question I have is about the Udocreatives app. I don't know if you've looked at it. Have you?
Oh, I think this is a good new app for artists and designers. I think this might be a substitute for Tumblr in the future.
Oh, thank you. Was there any feature you liked that stood out for you?
Oh, I like the fact that you can also find reference for work in the app. As a designer and artist, it helps a lot, so it's very useful.
Thank you. So I just want to give you a small overview of the app, tell you a bit more of what we're trying to create here. So we're trying to create a community where somebody who's an aspiring creative, somebody who just started out on their journey of creativity, does not feel alone. They open the app and they immediately have a lot of information at their fingertips to get started. And also, somebody who's already started that journey and is comfortable, somebody like you, can open the app and find inspiration, find other people to collaborate with, also see what people think about other topics, get discovered by galleries, things like that. And we also consider people who do not consider themselves creatives but admire creatives. They can just go on the app and look around, check what's going on, check the trends, see what people are talking about, just feast their eyes. So imagine a building where a lot of creatives just come in, relax, show their work, talk with other people, see what everyone else is thinking, get inspired, collaborate. That's what we're trying to build. We're trying to build the virtual version of that. And it's been a great journey. So we're all about showcasing. And we also have a bunch of features which are pretty good for that. So we have the spotlight feature, which highlights different people's work. And every time you refresh the page, it gives you a random new set of works for you to get inspiration from. So there's no heavy algorithm saying this is what you liked, so we have to give you only this kind of posts. No, you get a dose of everything. So you can get inspired from the most unlikeliest place, right? And we also have this thing called the glances feature, which is a feature that allows you to post your progress work, and it stays on there for 7 days. So there's no pressure to keep on posting, because I know a lot of people complain about the fact that, on other social media, they have to post all the time. They have to keep posting, or else they get shadow banned or their work doesn't get seen at all. But on this platform, we don't want people to be pressured to always post. We want people to focus on creating. So we're not putting any high pressure on them. If you have any updates you want to share, you put it on there. You don't have to share any update for more than 7 days if you don't want to. And another thing that we are pretty proud of is the fact that the spotlight page also helps with visibility. So it doesn't matter how big your platform is, you can be seen by anyone, right? So we're working on a lot of things. We even have an events section which we just released for people to post events, and you can post pictures about the events. So we're still improving, but we're really happy with how far we've come. And we want to create a safe space for creativity. We want people to not feel pressure. We want people to focus on creating and still be seen by everyone. And we don't want it to be as competitive as it is on other social media, where you have to go an extra mile. You have to do more than you need to. You basically almost have to become an influencer just to be seen. We don't want that. We want people to be comfortable with creating without feeling that they have to compete with everyone else, and just relax.
Yeah. I think what creating such a community is very, very cool, really. So I'm sure that soon this app will become very popular and people will understand idea this app. It's very cool for inspiration to be in a community of creative people and see how people can create. I think it's very, very cool. I'm glad that there are people in the world who create such app. I think someday art will save the world.
Yes, very much so. Thank you. Please tell your friends about the app so we can reach more people. And you can also tell them about this, because what we're doing here is we're trying to showcase as much people as we can on our YouTube channel.
It's fine. I told my friend this app, of course. Can I say my audience this interview?
Sure.
Sure? Yeah, thank you so much. I tag you in this post.
Thank you.
I think I want to say nice to meet you, all people. Subscribe for Udocreative.
Oh, thank you.
Subscribe for me, of course. And install this app. It's amazing.
Thank you so much. Do you have a YouTube channel?
Oh no, I have a Twitter and Instagram.
Okay, we'll put it on the video so everybody knows where to find you.
Yeah, sure.
So, Helen, thank you so much for your time. I've really enjoyed this conversation, so thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for your time too.
Have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much, Helen.
Thank you too.
All right, bye.
Bye.